Israeli Palestinian conflict? I wonder what this could be all about.
Israel won its independence in 1948. When they initially declared their independence, there were a combination of Arab states that invaded them, and they had a very hard-fought war where they established the state of Israel. But the roots to the current issue really go back to 1967, and that was the Six-Day War. And what happened was that Egypt, Syria, and Jordan all simultaneously were preparing to invade Israel to destroy the state when Israel preempted their attack. And in a 6-day intensive Air Force bombing, Israel won a decisive victory. And it's in this 6-day war where Israel took over what are called the occupied territories, specifically Gaza and the West Bank. And Israel has been controlling these territories ever since. When they talk about peace and they talk about a two-state solution where Israel would remain and a Palestinian state would be created, a lot of it focuses on the Palestinian state regaining all of Gaza and the West Bank. Now, the Palestinians are in control of Gaza. Israel pulled out several years ago. That's kind of the match point now, or the real fire point, because the Hamas, which is the group that controls Gaza, has been launching rockets into Israel, and Israel occasionally will respond with full force. We just saw that a few months ago where they had their most recent conflict. The West Bank, which is the rest of the occupied territory, is an area where Israel continues to build Jewish settlements on land that would supposedly, in a two-state solution, be part of a Palestinian state. And this is really one of the most contentious issues out there. Recently, the United Nations increased the status of Palestine, not as an independent nation, but giving it more voting power and rights in the United Nations. And there is talk of a second state being created. But to do that, the Palestinians are insisting on retaking all of the land that they lost in 1967. And the Israelis really are probably not going to allow that, because some of these settlements they've built have become, really well established, and the Israelis are interested in giving them other land. There are other issues besides just the land from 1967. Some Palestinians, or most Palestinians, want to have the right to go back to their original homes in Israel, which they left in the original 1948 Civil War when Israel was created. There also is the debate over Jerusalem, holy city to both Islam and Judaism, and what status Jerusalem would have. So there are lots of issues that need to be settled, and any solution out there, we'll see.
Thanks, Mr. Meyer. So here are some opinions.
I think both sides have reasons to be angry, but they need to negotiate and work towards a peaceful solution instead of resorting to violence. Well, considering we were able to have peace between Egypt and Israel, and Egypt was originally against Israel, I believe that eventually, with hard work and real negotiation, we can reach peace between the Middle East. I think it'd be great if we could finally have peace in the Middle Eastern region after years and years of conflict.
Peace would be nice, but there's not going to be peace until Israel claims that they've done something wrong, that they've committed more than mass murder, mass destruction to the Palestinians, and they give back the lands that were the Palestinians and let the Palestinians control their lands and give back Jerusalem.
It's just based upon religion. And once you take that out from the equation, then peace is definitely possible.
I was thinking that they should both just get together and try to figure some things out. Peace still has a chance, it's just that you just have to work on it.
A lot of people don't really take the time to look at both sides. They don't really take the time to look into it. I don't know. I'm not so sure it's possible in the near future. But, do I want peace? Everyone wants peace. Don't let anyone tell you any differently. Peace is just a question of whether or not you want to live with security or not. I think if you really talk to people, that are living in the Middle East or that have passionate views on the conflict, I think everyone really wants peace.
So while people may differ whether peace is possible or not, one thing is for certain. Everybody wants peace. And if that is possible, then that means peace will happen. So, ma salama and shalom, which both in Hebrew and Arabic means goodbye. So I'll be signing off for the NWON.